Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I am the Maize Man. Before we get started, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, share this with your friends and family on social media, and of course, subscribe to the channel. Today, we are talking major recruiting updates, including a certain top 100 cornerback out of the state of Virginia getting ready to commit to the Wolverines. You heard me correct. And Michigan has pushed all the chips to the middle of the table in terms of Bryce Underwood. We'll talk about that and the decommitment of Carter Smith, all that, and of course,
I'm upset. No disrespect, respectfully, but disrespectfully, it's disrespect. Don't be disrespectful. Those vile, disgusting Spartans, poor little girl, them. And I'm gonna tell them where I'm at. That vile, disgusting cesspool in Columbus, the other state, and of course, as always, I'm upset.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, we're gonna do a sing-along, all right? 1, 2, you know what to do. You've gotta know when to hold 'em. Know when to fold 'em, know when to walk away, know when to run. You never count your money. When you're sitting at the table, there'll be time enough for counting when the dealing's done. Shout out to Kenny Rogers, rest in peace to a legend. But that gets us right into the topic of the hour, of the day, of the week, of the month, possibly of the recruiting year, the 2025 class. Right at the top of that is a Michigan in-state recruit by the name of Bryce Underwood, who is committed to his, quote, dream school in LSU. But the team, 18 minutes away from where he plays his high school football, the program 18 minutes away, is hot on the trail, and boy, oh boy, is their reception. You hear that? That's that reception. That's reception coming through because he's receptive. His team is receptive to what Michigan has to say. By the way, those folks in LSU, backsides are tightening. Backsides are tightening in LSU. Joe Sloan, the offensive coordinator / quarterback coach, plans to make a trip to Belleville this Saturday, I believe, for Bryce's first playoff game of the season. Hopefully not his last, of course, because they understand it's real, folks. We know Sean McGee was at the game last Saturday, along with defensive line coach Esposito. We know those guys attended. A Michigan commit, top 100 player, by the way, wide receiver, 4-star wide receiver, Andrew Marsh was at the game to check out Bryce in person. We saw the picture of those two embracing after the game. Of course, it was not the happiest of moments for Bryce as his team lost by 1 point to Howell. But Joe Sloan and the LSU Tigers understand what's going on here. And what's going on is it's not a slam dunk anymore. It doesn't look like they have this walk in the park with Bryce Underwood and he's just going to enroll at LSU when it's time to enroll, because Sharon Moore and the Michigan Wolverines and the collectives and whoever you want to name here have pushed the chips to the middle of the table. They're holding aces, and they said, we're all in. It's that simple. Whether or not Bryce commits to the Wolverines is yet to be seen, but I'll tell you this. A way has been paved. By the way, Joe Sloan has been linked to jobs after the season, including his alma mater, ECU, who will need a head coach after the season. They're talking about Joe Sloan filling that position. Of course, Joe Sloan, one of the main reasons that Bryce Underwood is at or committed to LSU it would make sense that if he leaves there, that Bryce might reconsider some things. By the way, it's other things to reconsider as well. He's already reconsidering things, but if Joe Sloan happens to leave and not be there, then it's more to reconsider, if you catch my drift. That said, Michigan is not without loss here, as 4-star quarterback, longtime commit, Carter Smith decommitted from the program last night. He released a statement thanking the coaching staff, thanking the University of Michigan, but especially thanking offensive coordinator Kirk Campbell for all that he's done for him, but did announce his decommitment from Michigan. There are a couple of different theories, a couple of different stories out there about why this is, about the way that this was communicated to Carter Smith. I'm not going to get into that speculation, but I will say that it is, obviously you don't want to see anybody decommit. Carter Smith is a guy that I thought was committed to Michigan because he liked Michigan. I still believe that. By the way, I still believe that he committed because he was all in for Michigan. And I'm sure it's not easy as a quarterback or any position where you have committed to a school and they are in such a public way pursuing somebody that everybody thinks, let me not say is better, but pursuing the number one player in the country. Let's just say that, right? So I'm sure that wasn't easy for Carter Smith and his family, and they decided it was time to decommit. We'll see what happens there. We wish Carter Smith all the very best, and at his next landing spot, which I'm sure he will find something in short order if that's what he so chooses to do rather. He's the only two-time back-to-back Gatorade Player of the Year in the state of Florida. That is not a small deal. That is very significant. He was instrumental in helping Michigan land Brady Hart, quarterback in the 2026 class. So it is a loss. It's a real loss to lose somebody like Carter Smith. And again, we wish him all of the best. Moving on, Michigan had a star-studded recruiting list for the matchup against poor little Bronem. We all know that. And this week, it looks like it's going to be even more, or potentially as star-studded, as 4-star linebacker Nathaniel Owusu-Boateng will be back on campus for their matchup against Oregon. This is going to be massive. This has the potential to be massive. This is, I believe, his 4th visit to Michigan. Hopefully they can land the plane here. If they are able to secure this commitment, that would be massive. This is a guy that everyone thought would take his commitment out to the February signing date. But if they are able to get this commitment and have him sign in the early signing period, that would be huge for Michigan. In addition to Nathaniel Owusu-Boateng, Belleville High School 4-star athlete Elijah Dotson, teammate of Bryce Underwood, is also going to be on campus for an official visit. Elijah Dotson is currently committed to Pitt, but has long been a target for the Wolverines. When Steve Klingscale left, the communication kind of fell off, but Lamar Morgan has done a good job in recent months of picking that communication back up. And it is thought that if Michigan really applies the pressure here, they can land this commitment. We'll see what happens over the weekend. He was just in Ann Arbor this previous weekend too for the game against Michigan State. So huge news on both fronts, on the Nathaniel Owusu-Boateng front and the Elijah Dotson front. Hopefully Michigan can shut the door on both of these commitments. Speaking of shutting the door on both of these commitments, Michigan just received another crystal ball in their favor for top 100 player, 4-star cornerback, fringe 5-star cornerback, Shamari Earls out of Virginia. This time coming from Georgia insider, so this gives it even more legs. I suspect Michigan to get a commitment from Earls in short time. Either way, let's talk about it in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think. about the Carter Smith decommitment. Let's talk about the possibilities with Bryce Underwood, the possibilities with Wu, with Elijah Dotson, and when do you expect that Shamari Earls commitment to go down? Let's talk about all of that. Don't forget, this Saturday at noon, it's a live watch party. Me and my brothers, the Maniac and Kinetic, will be there. We'll be bringing up callers. Of course, it's a live call-in show. You already know. Get your questions ready. Get your eyes ready as the other state takes on Penn State at Penn State. We are going to be paying close attention to that one. And, of course, we'll do our immediate reaction to the Michigan-Oregon game. So it's going to be a busy Saturday here on the Maize Madman channel. In addition to that, the very next Monday, we've got TJ Ronan of the Voice of College Football Michigan. He will be on with us. So a full slate in the coming days right here from the Maize Madman channel. Be sure to follow me everywhere at Maize Madman. And until next time, stay angry, my friends. I'm upset.
Ladies and gentlemen, this might be our best season ever. My ratings, they're about to go through the roof.
All right, now I'm gonna calm